ARESxGOD here. Before we get into the episode, I gotta say sorry if I'm sounding a bit weird. I'm coming down with this nasty cold, so I'm not feeling 100%. So that's why I'm talking a bit slowly and not feeling really energetic, so to say. But that's not to take away from the episode and how wholesome and just I'm loving the series more and more with each episode. Anya was again the star of the episode, but I gotta give it both Lloyd and Yor with how much they're growing into the parenting role without them even realizing it, especially towards the second half of the episode. And also, there's an end credit scene which is gonna make things interesting probably next week. So let's get into this episode and talk about it. Now, at the beginning of the episode, we have Lloyd thinking about the mission, everything he has to do, everything that has happened, going through all of it, and also deciding not to give up. And we got some nice treats this episode. We even had Sleepy Yor, and I say they started to get used with it as being a family together, just with them, all of them being there. It felt like normal life for them. And after that, we had Anya feeling guilty for what she did in school, the punch, which I was still super happy. I still think that punch was well worth it. But now there's some consequences because of that, and she's very, very sorry about what happened. But like I said at the start, I gotta give credit to Lloyd. He didn't snap at her. He didn't chastise her. He did the proper thing, thinking gotta be more constructive, thinking of the future. He was actually calm over there instead of how some parents, every time a kid makes a mistake, they instantly snap at the kid. Doesn't matter what the mistake was. But yeah, you get my point. But also at the same time, he put quite a lot of pressure on Anya. World peace depends on how you make up with Damon, and that's just way too much for a kid. But Anya tried to give it her all, and it's time to go back to school. And school life is not that easy. We've all had that first day, but I don't think many of us, or if any of us, you guys are here, have went to this super strict elite school. But thankfully, Anya has a friend, in this case being Becky, seeing her as this lady, kind of treating her as a princess when Becky came with the car at school, and the comment she made when she offered Anya a ride with the car next time. And Anya asked her, "Hey, do you think I can become a lady also?" We didn't talk about adopting you. But yeah, after that they meet the Three Stooges with Damon and his two acolytes. I don't think we have the names of the other two, but they're not really that important. They're just orbiting around Damon. Anya trying her best to apologize, mustering up the courage. I like how determined she was, but Becky had the right idea there. Of course, she didn't know what pressure Anya was under, dragging her away. Hey, it's not worth it apologizing. They were the mean, mean ones. And meanwhile, Lloyd was just that overbearing father with the skills of a spy. He started following her everywhere. He even assumed that Becky was doing it for another mission because of her family, but he was overthinking things. I like this. It shows that he's really starting to be a parent in his own spy way, weird way. Now, even at school, Anya has to suffer quite a bit of insults and mean words about her, or inner thoughts, because thanks to her powers she hears a lot more that people are saying around her, especially now that she got this reputation of delinquent, being scared of her, trying to stay away from her. But thankfully Becky is there supporting her, saying they're gonna be friends. And like I said, you guys remember the first time we got introduced to Becky, she wanted to make Anya be her servant, but in a weird way it ended the other way, with Becky kind of always being around Anya. And I feel like this is very good for both of them. Becky being used to always be the one in charge, the queen bee, so to say, and Damien also along the same lines. Nobody defied him, and this is a very important theme in this episode. And I like the question. Well, Becky said something very, very true that applies to adults, to everybody in this world, that people are very shallow about the comments the other kids were making with Anya. And Anya's reply was just priceless. Are you a smart person? Man, she's so cute and innocent. We gotta protect Anya. Anya must be protected, no way around it. Now, Damien being still very frustrated about what happened, because it was the first time somebody actually defied him. Now, Anya sensed something thanks to her power in that moment, but we don't get to see what exactly she sensed, but his inner struggles, and we will get to that. Now, in class, Anya actually falling asleep in science class. Understandable. That poor teacher, though, just like a robot on the blackboard. But even as a teacher, I didn't like the way he exited the room, and he saw Anya falling asleep, and he made that comment, or his inner thoughts, we heard it. You really must be a delinquent, falling asleep in her first day. I don't like the way he said that at this elite school. But we have to see if we're ever gonna see that teacher again, and maybe change his mind about Anya. Now we had Lloyd using his powers as a spy, disguising himself as a janitor. Anya senses him. He started using light signals to say apologize. Anya assumed they're from God. He even changed her textbook. Bushes trimmed in the form of sorry. Notes on the back of people passing Anya. Food with the sauce saying sorry. Just he went way overboard, and it put so much pressure on Anya. But the biggest obstacle in his way was Becky, because every time Anya tried to apologize, Becky stopped her and uses the announcement to call Becky away. Now, this is the chance Anya has been looking for, and she actually goes to talk with Damien, and Damien was at a loss of words. He didn't know how to react, seeing her, what to say. What you can see from this moment, was really touched by Anya, and what she did, even though she punched him, I feel like that was very good what she did, both for her because she defended herself, and both for Damien, because nobody was very spoiled up to this point. Nobody ever told no to him. And I forgot to mention last video or the video before that we saw that picture with Damien at the first day, everybody with their parents being there, and he was alone. So definitely his parents don't really pay that much attention to him, not even being there for his first day of school. He might be very spoiled, pampered and so on, but he doesn't have the love and care that we see on the side that Anya has from not her real parents. So that difference that their family lives they have, which I feel is very important for them. Now, while Anya was trying to apologize, the other two stooges from Harry Potter just thinking how would Damien respond, and they start just going through their ideas of insults, what Damien is going to say. And of course Anya hears everything thanks to her power, and it actually gets to her. Those two deserved a punch right there. Just even made her into a raccoon, short feet, and she starts crying, and just broke my heart over there seeing Anya crying, mumbles or saying sorry, I punched you, I actually wanted to be friends with you, even saying I'm sorry I have short legs. No, Anya, no. That's not on you, Anya, no. And just No, I never want to see Anya crying again. Now we had Damon just lost instantly. He's in love over there. He lost. Just to quote Kaguya-sama, he definitely lost. They're even thinking she's going this far, bawling her eyes in front of me, crying to apologize. What a sweet girl. But of course, he's not gonna admit that, especially in front of his two stooges, being very, very proud. His heart was just thumping as much as possible. But like I said, prideful. I won't accept that even if I die, and just runs off. Flustered, all red in the face. But yeah, he definitely lost in that instance. The face that Lloyd had, just complete shock and despair. Plan B failed. But yeah, now we have Anya feeling more sorry, saying school is scary, but thankfully she still has Becky, which is alone in a room while she was called off by Lloyd and his shenanigans. So this was pretty much, I think it was the second day of school. Anya definitely had a lot of pressure from her father, from school in general. Now even more back at home with Lloyd just went into that strict parent mode, teaching her math and everything. She kind of got lost, just too much on her. He wanted to swap back to plan A with her being an honor student. Anya tried to read his mind for the answer, but he was just firing all neurons all over the place, thinking of the mission, the answer, the formula, just everything, firing all at once, and she got overwhelmed. Yor came in to help, but that didn't really work out. I like how Yor explained division and math with body parts. You cut this, but then the head is in the way. Then you get the answer, which is fine. Just, yeah, that's body parts math. That didn't really help Anya that much. But I gotta give a lot of credit to Yor this episode. She was kind of the voice of reason in a way. This feels so good. You always have parents trying to balance everything. One is trying to be that strict parent, sometimes going way overboard. Then you have the soft one, but in this case, bringing that pressure a bit down, saying I don't want to force her. Maybe think of what Anya also wants. I want for her to enjoy school, but Anya in that moment just had enough and actually runs in her room and didn't want to come out, thinking of the promise she made to Lloyd when they had that castle party, that she's gonna do well in school. And again, Yor being so good this episode, remembering also about her brother. We finally see his face when they were younger. We see some flashbacks with Yuri, her brother, teaching her about insects. You're being scared of insects, and how much she valued her brother. He was also very attached of his sister. He liked getting praised by her, so they definitely love each other quite a lot. Now Yor says maybe try this, praising Anya a bit, even if it's something small she does. Try and be more of a father, an ideal father. And this is where it clicks for Lloyd, thinking should have done better, just for Anya also, and even for the mission. First thing he should have done, he should have been an ideal father, as an actual proper parent, instead of this drill sergeant we kind of had this episode and everything that happened so far. And this kind of woke him up a bit, so to say, with Yor cheering him up. That's why I kind of think Yor was the MVP this season, like an actual mother, thinking of the feelings of the kid, not just what the parents want, what the father wants, just putting that pressure on the kid. Yor was definitely the MVP of this episode, and even Lloyd admitting that, while Yor just says, hey, I'm overstepping my bounds, my limits. But no, Lloyd gave her credit, saying, you are the mother of the Forger household, and I actually want you to be more involved with Anya, with everything, oversee her studies. And they're more and more with each episode, they're becoming a family, getting along much better. Now Lloyd does some rethinking and everything, and decides to slow things down, not rush, just to get to the mission as soon as and as fast as possible, and get to Desmond. And his first step being to start understanding Anya, give her more time also. And I like that quite a lot. He even went to try and apologize to Anya, saying he's gonna let her watch her cartoon again. But we see Anya, and this was just such a cute and wholesome moment. She fell asleep studying on her own, trying to keep that promise that she made, and talking in her sleep for father, I have to get the highest grade. And Lloyd saying he's gonna record the cartoon. And even the last comment, mother, you can't kill. What dream is she having? But yeah, she's super cute when she's sleeping. And just like I said, more and more they're feeling like a family. Even Lloyd having so many father-like moments. Yor also, even this last scene in the episode, just an overall amazing episode. And this series just keeps getting better and better, for me at least. I just want more spy family. And like I said, there's another scene and credit scene, and we finally see the brother, Yor's brother, Yuri, meeting with Dominic, a friend of his. I think he was working for Foreign Affairs, Yuri also, and he was this big Taro something at Foreign Affairs. The kicker, the big thing, the bombshell that he found out this episode: your sister is married. And just the shock face he had. I can't wait for next week. Are we actually gonna see Yuri coming in, and who is this guy? What's happening here? Why didn't my sister tell me anything? I can't wait for next week. That's gonna be interesting. Maybe we're gonna have more Yuri, always more Anya. Just awesome. This series is so good. It's definitely gonna be one of the best series of the year. We'll see. So far, I don't think anything came close to it. New series, no sequels, no everything along those lines. Just a new series is just one of the best series of this year, and just in general, I love the characters, the premise, the shenanigans, the jokes, the serious moments. Just an amazing series. But yeah, now I'm curious what you guys thought about the episode, Anya's struggle at school, parenting, getting used to parenting, the pressures, everything for both Lloyd and your Desmond's moment. And let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. What do you feel about the series that we're like 7 episodes into the series right now? I love it so far. I'm curious what you guys think about it. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps me quite a lot. You guys get the latest videos on the city data file. And again, sorry about my voice. Like I said, I don't feel 100%. So thank you. I'll see you again on the next one. Bye bye.